I thought I'd do a video today on everything you need to know about getting a hair transplant. I myself had a hair transplant done in Liverpool nearly 2 years ago. I had a total of 4,000 grafts, which is about 3/4 of my head, and the total cost of that procedure was £6,000. And the name of the clinic was the Liverpool Skin and Hair Clinic. Now, when it comes to getting a hair transplant, it's important, in my opinion, and the most important is to find the right clinic. I found the right clinic with Liverpool. However, that wasn't always the case. I remember when I had my first consultation, I got quoted, without naming names, £6,000 for just 1,500 grafts. I was about to be well and truly mugged off, selling me all these supplements. Oh, I'll just do 1,500, which is pretty much just a hairline. I'd have been well and truly ripped off, well and truly mugged off, and if I'd have just had 1,500 grafts, I am supposed to be a Norwood 7, I'd have just had to have shaved it off. It'd have been more or less a waste of money and a waste of my time, so it's important to find the right clinic. Liverpool just come up by chance. They're up the road from us. Put them in on Google, got the consultation done pretty quick, and they are a clinic which, even if you are a Norwood 7 and bald, they'll do your entire head over 2 days. So I definitely couldn't recommend them enough. I know I'm not sponsored or paid to I'm just selling it how it is. 4,000 grafts, £6,000, particularly in the UK, was a great deal, and it's one which I made up I did do because I'd have been mugged off at the other clinic. There are different hair transplants you can have. I had an FUE one done. FUE is basically for people who want shorter haircuts. So with me having a zero around the sides, FUE made perfect sense. If you have a 0, 1, probably under a 2, the FUE is better. You can still see the scars a little bit at the back, little bit, but it's nothing major. It's nothing too noticeable. Whereas with the FUT, the scar is much more prevalent. However, FUT does have its advantages. It is cheaper. However, the scar is it's much more obvious. But if you are one of them people who wants a longer haircut, longer styled at the back, then FUT may be for you. However, it was FUE which I had, which just leaves tiny little dots. You can see them if you look close, but it's not drastically visible. The length of the surgery was 10 hours, so nearly half a day. It would be shorter if, say, you were having only 2,500, 3,000 grafts done. But because I was having 4,000, which is about 3/4 of my head, the surgery took a lot longer. So the more grafts they do, the longer the surgery took. The surgery itself wasn't very painful. However, it's the anaesthetic which hurts. When they put that in it to start to numb it, that really does hurt. It's like a sharp pain. So that itself did hurt a lot. But the surgery itself, you just feel pretty dull. Diazepam, they give you another sleepy type medication, so you don't really feel much after that. Just a bit more uncomfy towards the end, but yeah, it's just the anaesthetic which hurts. The surgery itself isn't too bad, really. When it comes to the results, it takes about a year. You'll notice a big difference at 6 months. That's when I noticed the first really big difference where it was like, whoa, I can see this has worked. From 6 months onwards, but I think you get your full result at about a year. Maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter, but about a year is what it takes, in my opinion, to see full results. The recovery, in my opinion, just take 2 weeks off. That's no gym, no working out. Almost try and live like a hermit. You want the best results possible. You don't want any hairs popping out. If you can take 2 weeks off work, 2 weeks from working out, do that, in my opinion. I basically live like a hermit for those 2 weeks. So if you can do that, try and do that. Next, the results. Now, when it comes to the results, this is going to depend entirely on your genetics. I was very fortunate that I had very thick donor hair. So because of the donor area, it was thick, I had thick hairs, the results was going to be thicker. So if you haven't got as good donor area, the result may not be, as thick. However, what I would say with this is there are ways, in my opinion, to improve your hair quality. Because they even asked me, said, is your diet good? I said, well, yeah, it is, fortunately. I eat tons of eggs, zinc, vitamin D, magnesium, multivitamins, particularly eating a lot of eggs with the high protein. That might be a bit of bro science, but I definitely think if you get your diet in check, super high protein, non-processed, proper high protein with the eggs, I do feel like it will make some sort of a difference, because I am a Norwood 7 and I didn't expect me donor hair area to region to be as thick as it was. So I definitely think that played a contribution. However, I haven't got any evidence for that. That's just my word for it. So if your donor hair area is thick, you're going to get a thick result. If it's not as thick, you'll get a less thick result, if that makes sense. It just totally depends on the person. I don't use any finasteride, I don't use any minoxidil. The only thing I do use is biotin. I have 5 tablets of biotin from Holland and Barrett. That's the only thing supplement proper wise that I use, besides eating loads of eggs and having multivitamin, zinc, vitamin D and all that. But no, I don't use any hair loss drugs or anything like that. To me, they're not worth the risk. However, I know that's a controversial topic, but no, I don't use any hair loss drugs or anything like that. I'd say with hair transplants is just do what's best for you. It's a big investment at the end of the day, but if you feel like it's worth it for you and you genuinely want to do it, by all means do it. You know, for me, it's been a great result. I mean, I can't really ask for much more, to be honest, guys, particularly from where I come from. But you just got to think, do I want to do this? And if you do, you feel like it's going to make a massive difference to you, by all means do it. But yeah, that's the video for today. If you feel free to get any other questions, hit me down in the comment section below. I couldn't advise the Liverpool clinic anymore. FUE Skin and Hair Clinic they're called. In this country, I do feel like there's a lot of current clinics and companies just want to mug you off, get as much money as possible, sell you loads of supplements. With Liverpool, they'll just get in there, get the job done. I said at the start of the video, if you're totally bald, they'll do your full head over 2 days. They just get in there, get on with it, and you're out, get on, you know. So, yeah, I won't waffle on too much longer. Hit me down in the comment section below, let me know what you think, and if you've got any more questions, feel free to ask.